What's up guys, this is Kyle here from the Code Conspiracy, and in this video we're going to be talking about if statements. So what is an if statement? An if statement is used to say, right, let's for example, if something is, don't forget to spell that wrong, otherwise it won't work. I'm joking. So something is true. So if something is true, then it's gonna execute this block of code. So let's say, for example, we'll put this to use. So we could say num1 is equal to 4. Sorry. And then num2 is equal to 3. And then we could say, okay, so if something is true, then it's going to execute something else. So if num1 is bigger than num2, which it is, that's going to say, we'll say echo num1 is the biggest. And obviously you can see that we're going to need something else, and this is called an else statement. So if none of that's true, then it's going to execute this. And to do the execute brackets, you use curly braces. And to say if something is true, you just use the normal brackets. So if open bracket, your statement, close bracket, curly braces, so that's the if statement. Else, you're just going to have curly braces. There's also something called else if, and that also takes 2 parameters, which says it's basically another if statement. So else if could say, I don't know, if num2 is bigger than num1, which it isn't at the moment, we could say echo, num2 is the biggest. So you can obviously see that num1 is 4 and num2 is 3. So at the moment it's going to execute this block of code. If they're equal, we could just say an else statement. So if none of that's true, we're just going to say echo the numbers chosen are equal. So if we save that out, come to our web browser and go to localhost, YouTube, and general. It says num1 is the biggest because look, you can see up here that num1 is obviously the biggest. But say we made this one 3 and this one 4, and save that, come to our localhost, refresh, it says num2 is the biggest. So you can see that it's ran that block of code here. But say they were both equal, so we could change this one to 3, come back here, refresh the page, it's going to say the numbers chosen are equal. So it's going to say that num1 is not bigger than num2, so it's going to skip this. Num2 is not bigger than num1, so it's going to skip that. And it's going to say else, so if none of that's true, execute this code here. This is pretty simple to get the hang of. In the next tutorial, I'm going to be talking about nested if statements. So I'll see you in the next tutorial, guys.